right, so more on Duels of Runeterra 9. We now have top 16 versus Sudrakon, as well as GdayMaverick again. He seems to be pretty popular in these matchups. Who would have thunk it? Who knows? But either way, another awesome matchup. So I'm just going to get straight into it. But before that, as always, my name is Justin, also known as Shit Just Works. And today we will be going over another tournament gameplay round. This one's top 16 from Duels of Runeterra 9. We're going to switch it up. You want to know why?
GdayMaverick and Sudrakon?
Oh, yeah. You nailed it. Hell yeah, dude. I cannot wait to see these Poros in action. Let's get it.
I'm about. Definitely about.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And GdayMaverick is not failing to impress by still streaming. So, and we have two hands. So, I'm going to get up Sudrakon again. Now, I'm torn because I feel a little bit of a personal connection with Sudrakon. He's been doing well. I like seeing him win, but I can't deny a Poro a victory. That's my problem.
I'm hard in Poro's camp right now.
Yeah, I just it's a little questionable rooting against the Poros. I don't know what we're gonna do here.
If this is where Sudrakon falls, I'm so okay with that. You don't even know.
All right, Sudrakon, I think you're gonna have a rough one ahead of you, man. We got the Lonely Poros. I hope he doesn't ban him, man. I'll be a little bit disappointed if he ends up banning the Lonely Poro again.
I need to see the indestructible Jubilant Poro
with the judgment.
I just want the Poro, man.
All right, so we got Sudrakon and GdayMaverick. Give it a couple seconds here. Looks like he's actually watching one of his matches replayed, which is probably a smart decision on him. Was he one of the ones that we were watching yesterday that made a misplay and we said that he should rewatch the game?
Sudrakon?
Was it Sudrakon or GdayMaverick?
Sudrakon had a game that we told him that we wanted him to rewatch. It was his Corona game. He played Corona. I don't remember what he was playing against, but I remember he made some interesting choices, and he used his atrocity in a strange way. He ended up using burn in a way that he couldn't close the game out. I'm like fairly certain it was.
Okay,
it was.
Yep. All right, so we're doing change this real quick. Top 16, and we have GdayMaverick. Which is he Australian, by the way?
Sounds like it, right?
Yeah, I feel like with that name, you're Australian. If not, you're gonna wonder why he picked that name. Maybe he just likes Australia. Maybe he went there one time, made friends with a kangaroo, really likes Australia. You never know. So it looks like he's trying to chat it up right now to get started. So we'll give it a couple more minutes. So, all right. So that was a very typical matchup, I think. Seeing some Swain versus Deep. We've seen that a lot. I will say the Swain TF build, we have not seen a lot of today, but that might just be because we didn't happen to be casting it. Does seem like it's a pretty strong deck right now. So this next matchup, I think we are going to see a little bit of different builds. Like we said, we have the Lonely Poro build by by GdayMaverick here. And do you remember? So what were Sudrakon's decks again?
So Sudrakon has Bannerman with Zed. He's got Misfortune, Twisted Fate. This is the Fury of the North, Earth Sign, Spirit Walker deck.
Okay, cool. That's a good one. I want to see again.
And then he's playing Corona with Lee and Vi.
Okay, cool. So yeah, it looks like both of the players' Freljord variants are going to be the, I guess, the more exciting decks to watch here. So hopefully
that's because Freljord is the most exciting region.
Freljord, honestly, yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I think they don't receive enough credit. I really think Frostbite is such a strong mechanic, but it just gets shit on all the time as such a bad overcosted mechanic, and I really think it's really good, especially with something like Sejuani, man.
Sejuani's insane, man. Incredible card.
Sejuani, Leviathan, the dream combo that I just... Listen, for all of you watching right now, I am currently laddering. I finally have some time to ladder. I'm laddering with Sejuani and Swain deck, and oh my god, is it so fun to just... You hit Leviathan and Sejuani late game, and your opponent, most of the time, can't do anything. If they already played their Will of Ionia's... Ionia is probably a harder matchup, but... just feels so good to just every turn You know, oh, you have an unyielding spirit on a Radiant Guardian? Sorry, doesn't matter. Getting frostbitten every turn.
Yeah, I don't know who else used Swain Sejuani to do their climb to master, but I can't imagine there were many other people. I'm willing to say I'm like one of the first 5, if not even earlier than that, to have gotten master with the Swain Sejuani deck. I'm a huge fan of the deck.
Love
It's
it.
tons of fun.
So fun. And that's the thing too. I like how it's very it's malleable, right? Because you have Ember Maiden with the 3 attack 1 health chick that has tough and she's overwhelmed. I forget her name, but you can also Ruthless Raider, and then Crimson Disciple. You can also play the deck to be very, very aggressive early on in the game. Like you can burn down an aggro deck or a burn deck before they burn you down sometimes.
Let me find a screenshot that I got for you. I'm about to hit you with something.
Hit me. Let's hear it. See it.
Figure out what I did with it.
Wrong sense.
I don't remember.
Also, while you're looking that up, everybody in chat right now, if you are looking for some tournament content, more specifically Duels of Runeterra, and I do cast some other tournaments as well, as does Szerro. My YouTube channel specifically, I try to put these videos up of us casting on the YouTube channel. So if you guys want to check that out to rewatch some of this stuff, you can go ahead and check out my YouTube Shit Just Works with a C, SCHIT, to get past that dirty little filter they have there. So, all right, what do you got for a picture?
I'm looking for it. I don't remember what I did with it, man.
It's not the beans in the card packs again, is it?
No, I wish it was.
All right, so it looks like we are just about to get started here with Sudrakon and GdayMaverick. I kind of want to say that in an accent whenever I say GdayMaverick. Is that bad?
No, I don't think so.
No. So it looks like they're just about to do the bans. So I'm not sure if they actually took a look at everybody's decks and stuff yet. So we'll see. But very excited to see this matchup, honestly. And I just am praying, fingers crossed, that they do not. Please, Sudrakon, if you're listening. I feel like, wait, did Sudrakon and GdayMaverick play in Swiss?
I don't think so.
I feel like this was the same matchup where I said don't ban the Poro, and then Sudrakon was the one that banned his Poro. I know that sounds. I really think that they already played, oddly enough, and now they're matched up again.
That could be possible. I don't think this was them, but
all right,
it is.
Let me confirm. I'm gonna confirm because if so, this is a rematch, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. What we got here? Let's see matches. I guess I can just go to standings and then look up GdayMaverick, right? And then it'll show me his matches. I don't know. I don't know how this Match GG thing works.
Dude, I'm sad. I'm actually kind of sad that I can't find this screenshot. I don't know what I did with it.
All right, so I'm currently trying to see if they actually played earlier. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't show me.
Okay, I found it.
The picture you were looking for?
Yeah. Here you go.
Yeah, he played Sudrakon.
Okay.
So this is officially a rematch.
So then it's pretty likely that we won't see the Poro deck this time again.
Stop. Shut your dirty mouth. No.
Look, I'm not happy about it either, but
all right, what's hit me with this picture? What do you got?
Take a look at that screenshot. This is an absolutely disgusting 2-turn lethal where all I did was hit the pass button.
All right, hold on. Let me pull this up for everybody real quick. Oh, wrong one. That's the beans again. I did the wrong one. All right, hold on.
The beans one is good, man. Everyone in chat deserves to see that one. You're on the play against Piltover and Zonburn. Do you keep this one or do you mulligan it?
All right. Here we go. What do we? Oh wow, you're saying that this was your board state?
Yeah, that was my board state. I hit the pass button for 2 turns in a row and OTK'd my opponent.
Oh my god! And this is against that's elusive burn. It looks like.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that must have felt so bad because then he's having 2 of his units die when you pass, and then you pass back and he has the 2 more units die on field.
I hit him for 7 each turn. Crimson Disciples each do 2, so that's 6. Then the 1 to face from the Amber Maiden.
Wait, were you maining the Legion Veteran?
Yeah, I made that 2 copies of Legion Veteran because it blocks Badger Bear.
Oh my! Yes, it blocks. Logic kills Badger Bear.
It's legit. legitimately where we're at in this format right now.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I agree 100%. Trust me.
Yeah, we have to play 4 drops that can stop a 3 drop. So
All right. So actually, it does look like Sudrakon is playing. I don't think GdayMaverick is streaming. That's so weird. So I'm gonna go ahead. I don't know what happened there. I'm gonna go ahead and get into the game. I was on GdayMaverick stream, and it doesn't look like he's actually. It looks like he's in a VOD or something like that.
oh, interesting. All right, and here we are. Can we pull that up on the screen as well?
Yeah. Hold on. Sorry.
All right, so Rekindler gonna bring back some stuff. What does Rekindler bring back? Brings back an Elise.
I feel like that's not what you want to come back. Most of the time.
Nautilus here.
Yeah.
He's considering Mystic Shotting Face just to get a little bit more damage.
I mean, it's not a half bad idea considering right now he's at. Or that'll get 3 more damage actually, so that'll put him at 2 left.
Yeah, he could be 1-off lethal if he goes for the the Thermo Beam too.
Yeah, GdayMaverick is like on his stream. It looks like he's like watching VODs or something like that, but it says he's live.
Go figure, man.
I don't know what's going on with that. I think he's trolling. He's trolling. Oh man, I don't know what got banned then. That's so confusing.
Oh, that's Atrocity.
Oh, you know what? He must be on a super big delay.
That would also make sense. A lot of players play with like 5-10 minute delays when they're in tournament as well.
I think he's on a super hardcore delay right now, so unfortunately we can't get 2 hands, but we do got Sudrakon going right now. So this is game 1, and it looks like Sudrakon is in pretty good control of the game right now.
Yeah, he's definitely in a pretty good spot. He's got this extra Rekindler for one of his champions, should he so desire. I think at this point he's just looking for his endgame bombs, right? His Ledros, his Corina. Otherwise, he's got things pretty locked up. Something like a Ruination would help if in case this board gets too out of control for him. But I think he's got a little bit of time before that becomes the case.
Yeah, and with this Atrocity, I think he's going to be able to seal the deal here.
Yeah, now if we see a tap out here, actually going under 6 mana. So this Atrocity is dangerous because there could be Riptide in hand.
So are you thinking so if GdayMaverick does play anything that costs 3 or more, this is going to be just game. And there's nothing else, I think, less than 4 mana that would prevent the Atrocity, right?
Not that I could think of. I think it's just Atrocity and... not Atrocity. It's just Vengeance and Riptide that can deal with it.
So let's see. He's taking his time to decide here, and I think rightly so. I mean, he must be thinking about Atrocity. Oh, wow. He's just open Atrocity. So what is he thinking? All right, so if he does get Riptided, if that's a word, if he does get Riptided, which it looks like is happening. Oh no, he's grasping. Ooh, okay, that's game. Then that's game. Wow. So he must have just put him on not having a Riptide. I don't know if maybe another Nautilus came down and was killed, and maybe that's why.
You also, I mean, having access to a bunch of Nautiluses is not super common, I don't think. Like, good shot that they have it, probably like over like 40% or so. But sometimes, yeah, just take the risk. If he can answer it, then maybe he can answer something else later.
Well, that's the thing, too, with these deep decks. I think that's why people are getting put in a situation where Riptide is winning them the game, is because they're going deep and having so few cards left in their deck and that are only champions. It's actually very common to have 2 Nautilus in your hand when you only have like 6 cards left in your deck. It's just a high probability, right? So I think that's why they constantly are getting put in these situations where the last turn is decided by a Riptide.
Yeah, because at that stage of the game, literally they just go chaining Riptides together.
So yeah, exactly, and yeah, and we saw that we saw that happen, the never-ending Riptide chain. I'm very curious as to why Sudrakon thought, okay, I think I'm good to go here. He must have just read him and knew what he was on. So
Sudrakon, I just want to double check. I think this list, yeah, it's 1 Twisted Fate, 2 Maokai, 3 Nautilus.
1 Twisted
That seems
Fate.
to be kind of standard. Is how they do it. They do 2 Maokai, 3 Nautilus, and then 1 of another.
Okay, so here's the other card that he is playing in this deck that we were questioning. Shell
Shell
Shocker.
Shocker.
I would be very, very happy if somebody in chat would want to also give their opinion on Shell Shocker being played in this deck. Obviously, it's a good chump blocker for the early game to go against something exactly like this, Dredgers. But I don't know.
0 mana 2/1 is a real card.
Yeah, I guess it is. I'm trying to think of what is threatening in this meta that is 2 health that is played early in the game. And I can't think of much besides
Legion Rearguard.
Legion Rearguard is okay. It's very good against that, but also the barrier, 2-drop 3/2 for Demacia. That's the only other one I can think of.
The thing about that one is that it's going to be burying a bird, and the bird's going to be challenging your 2/1.
So yeah, it's really only Legion Rearguard. So do we really think that he teched the Shell Shocker specifically for the aggro matchup? It's very possible.
I don't think it's specifically for the fact that it's like the aggro matchup. I think it also helps you get onto the board a little early, right? Like we are seeing that this is a plunder deck at heart. Mm-hmm. So it helps you get onto the board while continuing to plunder without actually costing you mana. Yeah, and this is a pretty interesting block. I actually think he's just going to opt to take this 2 damage.
Yeah, and I think it's because he knows he has the Make It Rain, and he's thinking, okay, that Dredgers is just going to be, extra value for my Make It Rain in future turns. And he can combo with the God, I always forget that 1-drop's name.
Jagged Butcher.
Yeah, Jagged Butcher. Everybody plays it. I just can't seem to remember the name of it. Yeah, so now this Make It Rain with the Jagged Butcher is definitely going to be a much better value than if he had blocked with the Shell Shocker. So definitely good heads up play by Sudrakon. Misfortune coming in too. So, all right, so he is going to opt to go with the Plunder effect, grabbing himself a good old sea monster, which is probably not going to do anything anytime soon, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah, and this makes a lot of sense, getting to see as many options as possible this turn.
I think it's very underestimated right now in this metagame too, against something like sea monsters or anything really. The Plunder effect itself, sure, you're getting card advantage because you're drawing cards, but the chance that you have to draw something from your opponent's deck that is like a core part of their deck is you have a decent chance, and if you do that, that could severely impact how the game plays out. It's like imagine wait, can you it's when you draw from their deck, it's always non-champion, right?
Yes, you cannot plunder a champion.
So let's try to think, what GdayMaverick has here that he would be plundering that would be of a big value. I mean, the Jaw Hunters is decent because that is a pretty good value card for GdayMaverick. So for Sudrakon to have that early on, I think will definitely help.
Yeah, otherwise pulling out a card like the Beast from Below, is that the name of it?
That's the 4/4, I think so, yep.
Yeah, pulling something like that's not super impressive.
Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, and is there any world where Sudrakon gets to deep?
Not super likely, I would think.
Yeah, I tend to agree
I don't
there.
think his deck is really built to do that.
Now that's not a half bad card. I mean, again, he's not going to go deep, but he could put 2 treasures into his deck, which isn't bad. Not sure if he wants to toss 2 though.
Tossing 2 isn't a big deal.
Yeah, especially because he is playing 3 of the Riptide and 3 of the Fury of the North, and pretty much 3 of most of what's in his deck. So I don't think he's worried about axing any particular card. Yep. There goes the Nautilus, and he's pushing through a decent amount of damage early on. So I think to your point early when you were talking about the Shell Shocker, this is a perfect example. I mean, he's got these random 2/1 tokens that you don't think are going to do much, but now all of a sudden they're going to trade with this 3/2.
So far.
Yeah.
Because they attacked for 2 earlier, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and now
that's pretty good for a 0 mana 1/1, right?
That's I'm gonna say that's okay. Yeah, I mean it's essentially 0 mana for 2 damage, which Mystic Shot costs 2, so it's pretty good value as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I think there could even be like a world where there's a deck that's like trying to go really in on like cheap, efficient cards. So like, imagine a deck that's trying to just cycle through itself very fast. It's playing like Shell Shocker, It's playing the 2-mana version of Shell Shocker 2 and Piltover's on. We were talking about it yesterday.
Yes.
It,
Wait.
and it can play access to like lots of different card draw, like pick a card and stuff like that.
Or that 3-drop, the Insightful Investigator, that when you play a 2 cost, you draw a card fleeting.
Yeah. You know, I might mess around with this deck. I don't think it's a great deck, but it could be fun.
You mean Sudrakons or the one that we just randomly thought of?
This random thought of it. I might be tinkering around with this one tonight.
All right, so it looks like he's hovering the Misfortune. Thinking about that, I guess he could pop the Misfortune. I don't know if he really wants to. If he pops the Sea Monster, the 3-drop, he'll be able to block the Twisted Fate. But the Misfortune does accomplish the same thing. Problem is, if GdayMaverick has a Vile Feast, then the Misfortune is going to die a little bit earlier than he wants, probably.
Yeah, it's very... Well, there's not really too much mana here for Maverick, and he's not going for... He didn't go for a Vile Feast, so it makes me believe maybe it's not there. I feel like you want to get rid of this 2-1 if you can.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I do think that's a pretty good read. I don't think he's on Vile Feast right now, per se. And, well... Yeah, so he does value the Twisted Fate. He's definitely going to hold on to it, so he doesn't have anything to protect it as well.
Yeah, and that's another good tell, that there's no Vile Feast. If the Vile Feast is in the hand, I think you're somewhat willing to attack with the Twisted Fate. Now, that attack is really bad into Fury of the North, even so. So maybe he is thinking about, he has the Vile Feast and he's still just afraid of Fury.
The Fury of the North right now, he's only on 2 mana, so...
That's very true, actually. So yeah, I don't think that Vile Feast is in the hand for GdayMaverick.
Yeah, no, I agree. 100%. So I think he might... It feels bad because it's lifesteal, so you kind of almost have to block it. I'm curious, is there any world that you don't block this attack right now? Like, why would you want to save your 2/2?
Because your 2/2 just gets an attack in later. Like, I mean, letting your opponent gain an extra 3...
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you get the extra attack with the 2/2, but now he's gonna get 2 procs on the 3/2, unless he thinks he's gonna be able to kill the Dead Bloom, which I'm not convinced that he can.
Well, now he definitely can. Yeah, now blockers are just invalidated here.
Well, wait, why do you? Oh, because of the Misfortune. Okay, cool. Yeah, Misfortune plus the Make It Rain. Wow, yeah, that is huge. So Make It Rain was a great pickup. Now I don't know if that's maybe what he was thinking that he wanted as far as not blocking that attack, but that's a very big deal.
Yeah, this is gonna be rough. He's going with 1 block, and this has to be the Make It Rain here.
You know what I haven't seen every time Sudrakon's played this deck? I haven't really seen Hired Gun played, just because he hasn't drawn it. But I don't know. It just seemed to have escaped him in these games.
Yeah, and Hired Gun would be pretty decent, right? Allowing him to be able to potentially deal with something like a Twisted Fate at some point in this game.
Yep.
And now, this attack is very huge for a few reasons, because with everything going on, now we're going to be able to have Sudrakon play out his 5-mana 6/6 Overwhelm.
Yep, and this is exactly what we were talking about. I mean, he's going to play this 5-mana 6/6, and suddenly, because, G'day has to be worried about the Fury of the North, yeah, he's going to be able to swing for a crap ton of damage with that Overwhelm coming up soon.
But we see GdayMaverick is at 18 cards. After this turn, he's going to be 2 cards away from deep. He's very close to getting there.
You're saying GdayMaverick is 2 cards away?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, now he's deep.
He's there.
So, now, the way he's been playing... So, I really am hoping... Oh, wait, 1, 2, 3... This is turn 6 deep, too. So, that's very quick for GdayMaverick to hit deep. So, I have a feeling if Sudrakon can't pull this off in the next turn or 2, he might have a real problem winning this game.
Yeah, Nautilus is beefy.
Yep.
Yeah, that is rough.
There's just something to be said about a 13-13 tough every time it hits the board.
Yeah, now I think you just play the big sea monster, that Shipwreck Hoarder. But how do you make it through this next turn? How do you close the game?
I mean, so the 6/6 Overwhelm.
6 this turn.
Yeah, I don't know if you do. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm not convinced that there's any way that Sudrakon can come around now. It's just so quick for GdayMaverick to really get to deep like that. It's very hard to come back from.
and he went for the Beast Below, which is not great on this board, to be honest, as opposed to something like that Shipwreck Hoarder. It does attack a little bit harder.
Well, there goes the 13-13. So I imagine the 4-4 is just going to take that block.
I think this is just coming to. He's just gonna let this happen.
You think he's going to take 13 to the dome here, huh? I
We'll
don't
see
know,
what
man.
happens.
That's that's ballsy. I don't know.
They don't have reach.
I guess, yeah. I mean, considering Gday's deck, it's not like he can kill him in one turn, right? He doesn't have any.
It's just Twisted Fate. And it's just red card, and Twisted Fate's already in play.
Yeah, but what's Twisted Fate at? How many cards?
I don't think he's at 6 yet, because I think the green arrow would be on top. On top would be starting to like light up.
Okay, you must be at 4.
I think
then.
it's at like 4 or 5.
Did you just say green?
Listen.
Did you actually just say green?
Let's just forget that happens. It's a yellow arrow.
Oh my god.
I'm looking at Nautilus. Nautilus's artwork is green. The dead blue monitors are green.
Listen, first we can't count. Now we can't free. Now we're colorblind. All right, this is not good. Not good, man.
Hey, color blindness runs in my family, and I thought nobody ran in my family. So,
just real quick for everybody, I put up a link to my YouTube in the chat. The first one, I forgot to update my friggin' Nightbot, so the second one is the correct one. FYI.
oh man, look at you advertising.
I know, right? Well, hey, listen, we're doing casting for a tournament, and I feel like right now on YouTube, there's not a lot of whole casting footage online, right? So,
No, there isn't.
Gotta give the peeps what they want. Yep. Ugh. So I think Sudrakon here is just not. This is his last ditch effort. I mean, he's got 6 attackers to 4 blockers, so the most he can push through, I think, is like 3 damage.
Right, so I just want to point out one more thing about why I don't like this Beast Below play. Is he's got this Ursine Spirit Walker in play. It could have had Trample this turn.
It could have had. Oh yeah, but now look what's happening, right? Okay, he has the Fury of the North. He could have game right now, depending on how this pans out. All right, so he's still on Vengeance though at 7 mana. Have we seen any Vengeance played by GdayMaverick?
No, I don't believe we have. I don't think we've seen any healing yet either. Ooh, what is the spell?
If GdayMaverick plays something here and puts him below a certain threshold, this might be game for Sudrakon, which would be crazy. This is the turn. Like if he doesn't win, I'm pretty sure he doesn't come back. Ooh, wait. Does that 4, that's 7, 5. Wait.
That is lights out.
There's nothing that he can Fury the North, and oh no, because now nothing's gonna have Overwhelm.
Yeah, this is lights out.
Yeah, that sucks. See, again, with the Riptide, with the Nautilus on the field, such a good freaking card. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus, man.
Man, this card puts in work.
Dude, but it's never mained. That's the crazy part. Nobody mains this card.
I did see, okay, I saw a deck a couple weeks ago that was main decking 3 of these. I don't remember whose it was. It might have been Mega Mogwai's list who played 3 of them.
That's dedication.
But I'm not positive. But it's crazy, right? This is a 4-mana Will of Ionia that puts the unit back into the deck.
Yep. Yeah, especially with this meta right now. We were talking about it before with Unyielding Spirit. Just so good.
All right. It's time for Rex.
Not sure what that's
It all
going to do.
goes to Nautilus, dude. Every single shot went to Nautilus. What are the odds? That's actually highly unlikely, right?
That has to be...
That's a 50-50 going to the same thing 7 times in a row. I don't know how that math works. That's not...
Yeah, 50-50 7 times. That must be like a 10
to
or
the
5.
7th power, right? That's how that works?
I think so. Well, 50% to the 7th power. So I think that's like a 5% chance that actually happens. So it's actually not too unlikely, but...
It's 1 in 20, man. That's not too likely.
Yeah, that's still not too likely. I just... Listen, we just established we can't do math. So
that's that Knife Juggler RNG, dude.
That's that Hearthstone RNG. Yeah, and I mean he has the hoarder for treasure, but again, like I don't see any line of cards that actually gets Sudrakon to win this game.
I see a line of cards that gets GdayMaverick to the win this game, though.
Yeah. Yep. I agree 100%.
Like, what do? You play your opponent's card. You're all right. You can do that, but your opponent's deep. You're not.
Yeah. Yeah. And actually, wait, how far away is Sudrakon from being deep?
I'd need him to mouse over his deck or to mouse over one of these units.
Okay, so is there a world, if he's close to deep, he could draw the Ursine Spirit Walker, be deep, and then play Fury of the North?
I mean, he can, but he's gonna have to survive this turn.
So yeah, that's a good point. he only has he only has 1 health. Listen, I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Okay, I'm trying to really look for an answer here.
Dude, my doubt is only along the lines of him winning this game right now. That's where my doubt is.
Yeah, I think that's okay. Well,
There's a keel breaker in hand. You have that thing summon. What's the name of that card? It summons 3/8/8 fearsomes.
The Broken, is that the name of the card?
I don't know the name of the card. It's like 5 mana summon 3/8/8 fearsomes or something like that.
Yeah, chat. If you guys can help us out with that, I don't remember that name either. Oh my god, that's game. So it looks like that's game 3 now. We're going to, right?
I believe so.
So all right, here's the deal, Sudrakon. I will not be rooting for you in the future tournaments if you banned GdayMaverick's Poro deck. I will be severely disappointed. You did it previously in the Swiss rounds, and it needs to be played right now because I would love to cast Lonely Poro again. Please don't do this to me.
It's not even I would love to cast Lonely Poro. I need to cast Lonely Poro.
Oh, it's a necessity right now. This needs to happen. If it doesn't, I'm just, not cool, man. Not cool. And I have a feel. Did Sudrakon win? God. I'm trying to remember if Sudrakon won against GdayMaverick in Swiss.
I believe GdayMaverick won yesterday.
I think he did too. So you got to think, like, listen, if you're doing the same thing multiple times, that's the definition of insanity, right? Isn't that what they say? So you can't ban the same deck, man. You gotta have a different strategy. Don't ban the Poros.
How do you beat this hand, dude? He's got 4 treasures.
Dude, he's got Fury of the North. He's fine. he's yeah.
Yeah, this is the top left, right?
This is
there we go.
Top left. So what's your theory on the current emote metagame?
All right, emote metagame. You're coming at me hot with the good questions here. All right, so I'm gonna raise you another question. Where do you think the Thresh emote stands on that metagame? Because you don't see that one used often. Now I had a match. I don't think the Thresh emote is great in a lot of situations. But let me tell you a situation where I have seen the Thresh emote played perfectly against me. I queue into somebody named Wolfie, and during my climb to Masters, I queued into Wolfie tons of times. He was playing PNZ Burn the entire time. I remember specifically seeing his name multiple times, and he must have just beaten me to it because I see he's Master and I'm 1 game away from Master. This is my winning in. So I hit him with the multiple Braum Wave emote. And this man hits me with the Get in the Lantern, and I'm like, oh no.
Oh my god. That feels really bad. He had your number. He had your number there. Did you win?
I did win.
Okay.
I clapped him. He was playing Sea Monsters. He got destroyed.
Nice. There we go. That's what I like to hear. Oh man. All right. Well, we are severely disappointed because Sudrakon decided to ban GdayMaverick's Poro deck. So here's the deal. Now I'm rooting for GdayMaverick, and hopefully he wins so that we can. Well, he's on a little bit of a delay, so I don't know if we can cast him next round, but I would love to cast that deck again. Very awesome deck.
Yeah, I've been on GdayMaverick's side this whole time. I just want to see. I want to see the Poros, man.
Yeah. So we do have a Karma Ezreal, which we talked about this earlier. We have not seen a lot of Karma Ezreal in this tournament, but it does seem to have still performed well when played, no?
Karma Ez is a great deck.
Yeah. Enough said. Done. That's the conversation.
Didn't need to get too many cards. It got the Palm, which is already a good card. Concussive Palm. It got, I don't know, it got Health Potion because now people can start playing Health Potion in this metagame.
Yeah.
But it's always had Health Potion. It's just a really good card, man. Really good deck. Oh, Claws of the Dragon and Eye of the Dragon, also a nice addition to the deck.
I'm not totally sold on Claws of the Dragon. I do think it's a good card, but I don't know. I just don't think it fits like super well in any particular deck right now.
You don't like 0 mana 3/2?
I do like 0 mana 3/2. I just don't think there's any sort of high tempo deck for Ionia that it really works like truly well in right now. It's kind of just there to be a chump blocker and to remove stuff off the field.
Yeah, I think that's the job of Claws of the Dragon, is just to be a chump blocker. I don't really think like it's a tempo tool, so it can be used as in a way to be aggressive as well. But I think using it defensively at the moment is the way a lot of these Ionia decks aim to use the card.
Well, what's that card? So when I first saw it released, I also was thinking of the card that like the turn you draw it's a 4/3 for like 2 the turn you draw it, I think. Yeah, Patrol Wardens. So that was kind of my mindset with the Claws of the Dragon too, is like, okay, is there going to be a deck type that's just pure tempo that just throws bigger units on the board? But they shot that down because you could just play Badger Bear. Yeah, so why bother?
Wait, Patrol Warden's a 3 mana 4/3, right?
But yeah. It's a 3 mana. Wait, no, is it?
I think so. And it turns 2 mana.
So Well, so does a nerf to Badger Bear to a 4/3? Does that even make sense with that card? I didn't even think of that.
I like giving it the Spider Tank treatment.
3/4.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we shall see.
Make it so that Reckless Trifarian can attack into it. Then I'm happy. Reckless Trifarian should have Tough and Overwhelm.
All right. Hold your freaking horses, Szerro. All right, whoa. Listen, I heard like a moment of silence for the first time in a while on this stream, on this cast. I was concerned what would be said next, and that's what was said. Nope. You are now off the design team for Riot, okay?
I was never on the design team for Riot.
I wonder why, Szerro. Jesus.
Is it really that much worse than Badger Bear?
Oh, it sucks.
Definitely is.
Yeah. I mean, if you give it Tough and Overwhelm, it might not be. So, oh, God. So, we actually, as I say that Hired Gun hasn't been played, this seems to be a very, very good trade. And I think this is a good this is a good representation of why Hired Gun is good in this deck, because it does have things like Petty Officer and the Yordle Grifter that, although their stat lines aren't incredible, their effects are very good. And if there's a vulnerable unit with 3 health, they now become extremely good. So I do think this is a good pair. And actually, it's interesting now that I think about it. The Hired Gun would allow the Shell Shocker to trade up as well into something with 2 health. Now, it's probably more fringe and not as useful, but still useful considering it's a 0 mana 2/1.
How do you not love Claws of the Dragon? Look at that. Surprise block.
Surprise. Nope, Gotcha is a different card.
You got me there.
Oh, I see what you did there. Oh, man.
So do you know what a Grifter is?
Yordle Grifter. Are we doing it again? Are we looking up more vocab words?
Oh, I've already looked up the vocab words. I'm just asking if you know what it is.
No. Enlighten me. Shoot me with that education. Lay it on me.
A grifter is somebody who engages in small time and petty swindling.
I probably could have guessed that, I guess, if I thought of it. It kind of makes sense with the card design. It looks like it, so.
Yeah, and I think that's why he's getting mugged in the artwork of the
Wait, is he getting mugged or is he doing the mugging?
No, he in the Ionia card, the 2 mana 1/2 that summons another 2 mana 1/2.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, he's getting mugged by those guys in that artwork.
So, all right. So this, honestly, I'm kind of surprised that GdayMaverick has so few cards in his hand right now. It really seems like Sudrakon has the card advantage, which just seems odd in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen in the past that the Karma Ezreal deck is able, or just the Ezreal deck in general, does occasionally have issues keeping its hand size up. Mm-hmm. And this deck that Sudrakon's playing, it does have access to things like the Pilfered Goods that can keep that hand size up.
Mm-hmm. Now, has GdayMaverick played any Get Exciteds, dude, that we know of?
I bel I'm going to let me check something real quick.
I don't think he, or does he? Oh, he probably doesn't even play it, I
Yeah,
imagine.
he's playing two copies of Get Excited, and Sudrakon stole one of them.
Sudrakon stole one. So I was gonna say maybe that's why GdayMaverick's hand is a little bit lower, just because he might have played a Get Excited, but I don't think that's the case. So it just strikes me as odd. But yeah, I think you nailed it. Having something like Pilfered Goods is very good for for Sudrakon's deck. You know, it kills me how many times that the words in the cards are used to explain what's happening, like while we're casting. Like, that card is just so overwhelming. Like, this card's going to be a challenge to overcome. Like, it's just like, it feels so wrong, but so right at the same time.
The mechanics in this game are named well. I will
Yes.
say that.
They really thought of everything when they designed this game. All right, so the Make It Rain is going to come out from Sudrakon here, and it's not triggering a Plunder, which I want to say that's what he was hoping for.
And that's the beautiful thing you want to see. I love when you look at Make It Rain and it's hitting the 3 units. That just it looks right.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. With the lines to go to the units, it just looks sweet. Yep. I agree. I love when there's perfect symmetry when the spells are lined up on the stack. You gotta love it.
Well, now actually, Sudrakon didn't want that to happen though. He wanted one of those shots to go face so that he could Pilfered Goods here.
Yep. And that failed miserably. He does have the warning. Like, if he really wants to, he has the warning shot, but obviously he's going to want to save that for something like the Riptide, or even, like, he has a lot of Plunder cards right now, which I think is going to be very difficult for him to play around right now. Oh, that feels so bad. That really feels so bad. I think he's hoping for burn right here to kind of go face to the opponent, and I don't know if either of those cards are really that great. The Shadow Assassin's not bad.
Eye of the Dragon isn't terrible either.
No, it's not terrible, but I feel like A, it's going to die pretty soon, and B, like, I don't think the lifesteal is that great of value against an Ezreal Karma deck right now.
No, it's not insane value. But hey, 0 mana, 1/3.
Like, there was a world where Ezreal Karma, you used to be able to, like, stay above 14 and be like, okay. Now that it's strictly reliant upon, like, Karma double casting spells, you are basically just, you're dead at 20. Doesn't matter.
I think Sudrakon's decision here to tap down really hurt him here. Now GdayMaverick gets this Karma in play.
Yeah, I got to agree with you there. It just shows the importance, too, really. You know, for anybody who's trying to really get into high-level Legends of Runeterra or just card games in general, this might be specific to Runeterra, but you really have to think before you expend your mana from, you know, turn to turn. Because if you are blowing your mana prior to your opponent, that gives your opponent a severely, like, huge advantage over you and being able to basically play what they want incredibly safe. So that they can get end of turn effects, they can get procs of things off without having to worry about basically anything from you, like a deny or you know, burn spells or really anything like that.
So in this position, Sudrakon is getting he's getting some stuff right. He needs this Riptide Rex to really go off. He needs it to take care of this Karma, and at this point, he doesn't have that many activators for it.
No, it doesn't look like it has any activators, which that's what I was saying earlier. That's why that warning shot just felt so terrible. I know he already had a Yordle Grifter played, so I think he's got 2 left in his deck, and I think he's got 2. No. Oh, he's not maining the warning shots. That was the other person we were seeing play. So he really is just reliant on like a Yordle Grifter right now as a good top deck. Oh no, the Twisted Fate does it too.
That was the Sejuani deck that we saw doing that.
Yes, yeah, and that was incredible, by the way.
Whose deck was that?
I forget, but props to whoever it was for running 3 warning shots. That's good on him.
That wasn't Pee-wee, right? Was it Rattling Bones?
Rattling Bones, I think it was. Yep, that sounds right.
Yeah, I need to put that deck list somewhere actually because I want that.
Oh God.
I need this for things. Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend. So, all right, he is able to get the proc off to get the Ursine out there, which is definitely big, but he doesn't really have an immediate way of getting rid of this Karma, which is a pretty big deal. He needs to trigger that Riptide like ASAP, because if that Karma sticks through the next 2 turns, he's in for a world of hurt.
It was not what's his name? It was not Rattling Bones who brought that deck.
It was not Rattling Bones. Who was it?
Digging deep. Yeah, okay, I found it. It was what's his name? Jerry Line W, who actually he just met his maker in the tournament, falling in top 16.
Yep. Yeah, and it looks like Pewee did make it to advance to Winding God. So Jerry Linu lost to Winding God. So they're in the top 8. I think that's the match that we're going to switch over to here in a second after we see the conclusion of Maverick and Sudrakon. Where do we put the emphasis on Sudrakon's name? Sudrakon? 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 Look, how are we saying it?
I'm pretty sure I pronounced it differently on almost every occasion.
Yeah, me too. I agree. So let's see. We're still on turn 8. He is not able to successfully plunder, I think. Oh, wait. Well, he can't plunder and also get the Riptide off this turn.
Yeah, and the thing is here is GdayMaverick has just had this Karma in play for multiple turns now.
Mm-hmm.
That is never a good place to be. Just turns ago. Don't forget, turns ago we were talking about how low on cards it seemed like GdayMaverick was. But now we take a look at his hand. He's had this Karma generating multiple spells every turn.
Yeah, and that's like, once Karma has stuck for like 3 spells, that's pretty hard to come back from for any deck, really.
Yeah, in 2 more turns, she's going to be enlightened.
And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if he's not able to remove this Karma with that Riptide, like, literally next turn, I think G'day probably has enough cards in his hand at this point to actually win the game. Or actually, so never mind. The Ezreal looks like it's only at 4 towards his level up, so it might actually take a couple more turns before that Ezreal is kicked into high gear here.
Yeah, I don't know how important the Ezreal actually is in this game. Is the thing. Like yesterday we were watching GdayMaverick. I think it was actually against Sudrakon, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Where we saw him just close the game out with double Get Excited Mystic Shot with Karma.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was double Get. Yeah. Yep, it was 2 Get Exciteds and 1 Mystic Shot that were both or they were all double cast due to the Karma. Actually, it was 2 Mystic Shot too.
Well, I do know that double Get Excited plus Mystic Shot from this position is lethal. Now, we do know GdayMaverick is only playing 2 Get Exciteds, and one of them was stolen by Sudrakon, so that lethal is not an option in this game.
Yes, and that is actually a big deal. And that's probably something that Sudrakon knows at this point, so he can kind of plan around that. I think he's thinking about playing the Misfortune to trigger the Plunder and get the Ursine out there. All right.
Yeah, you just YOLO Ursining.
Yep. Ooh. Oh, that
oh
hurts.
My god.
That hurts. I felt
Ezreal's at 6. Yep. I think this one is locked up.
Yeah, that hurt. Next turn is going to be really, really hard for him. He'll probably level the Ezreal next turn as well, and then the following turn be able to play it. Oh, he's actually using... All right, so he is going, it seems like, for the Ezreal win condition. Probably because of what you said, too. He knows... Actually, so GdayMaverick doesn't know that there's only 1 Get Excited in his deck, right?
Well, he's seen the other one casted.
He did see the other one cast. Okay, so he does know that. So, okay. That's an interesting...
This is just the YOLO. I need to get some kind of damage going here.
Yeah.
What is that 2-1 really accomplishing here? He's just sending them all in here. I think the chump blockers are a little more important at this point.
Yeah, and he actually... I mean, what sucks is that GdayMaverick's just going to trade his Yone into Misfortune. Is it Yone or Yone?
I think it's Yone.
You think it's Yone? Okay, we're going to go with Yone. I tend to agree with you. I think it's Yone.
I think if it was Yone, there would be an accent over the E.
Ah, there we go. There's that English language lessons really kicking into high gear right now.
That's why you come to watch our stream, right? So that you learn a little bit while you watch some Shadowverse casting.
You learn about the English grammar and ships, what a keel is, what a stern is.
Port and starboard.
Port and starboard. This is an educational as well as comedical stream, okay, and cast. So let's just put that out there.
if you're not learning something new every day, you're not. What do you even wake up for? Come on now.
So he will prevent the lifesteal from going off with Misfortune's effect, so that's good. But he still does only 1 damage due to Misfortune right now. And honestly, that's not really doing much because he can't even capitalize on a Plunder effect because he is tapped out this turn. So I believe, well, I know next turn we're going to see a level from Karma. And I'm pretty positive at this point we're just waiting to see when Ezreal comes down for the victory.
It might be next turn.
Yeah, it might be next turn. I mean, if he Jor... Oh, no, he can't even play a Yordle Grifter and Riptide in the same turn. So, I'm trying to think of what his outs would be at this point. Sudrakon. And I want to say...
Not many.
Yeah, I don't... I think his only hope, again... And I don't know how many Will of Ionia's GdayMaverick has left or things similar to that. Okay, never mind.
Maverick just meditating deeply here, finding his entire deck.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? I take back the outs conversation. I don't think there's an out. I think he's just dead.
So you could, if you're Sudrakon, you can go for red card, and then you can go for your Ursine Spirit Walker, and you have another trample unit. It's kind of cool.
I mean, it's kind of. I don't think cool is gonna win him the game at this point. That's the unfortunate part.
Oh man, we haven't seen a Will of Ionia come out here for GdayMaverick either. I don't think, right?
I think we saw one on one of the Spirit Walkers.
I believe you're right.
Yeah. So this leads me to believe he still does not have an Ezreal. If he burns one. Okay, I was gonna say if he burns one, that's a feels bad, man. But yeah, here it is. So he dug, he found it, and I think that's just game at this point because he's gonna be able to level him next turn. I think that means does he need just one more target, possibly 2?
He needs 1 target. He's at Ezreal's at 7.
Yeah.
He was at 4 before Yon got played, and then that turn Yon and Get Excited came down. Time for a true display of skill.
Dude, you were spot on with the quotes of the champions. I gotta say, are you reading from a script over there? Is that
no? I'm not. I just know I know way too many. I'm just
you play too much. It's okay. Just admit it. It's fine.
Growing up, my dad always told me he's a fountain of useless information, but I really give him such a run for his money. I don't think he's even close to understanding it.
So,
who says I don't share? Enough for all of you.
I guess this is the only play he even has so that he can at least get the Ursine out to plunder.
Yeah, even like I can think of like almost all of Twisted Fate's quotes when he plays the cards too.
Oh my god.
For red card, blue card, and gold card, he says something different for each one.
Does he really? Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. He goes, blue is the serpentine.
Oh my god, Jesus.
When he plays the red one, he goes, who says I don't share? And he says, enough for all of you.
Hey, all right, what's gold? Let's hear it.
Something about sparkling. I don't remember what the gold one is. It's like something about sparkling or shining or something like that.
The gold one, like I'm shining or something like that, I think.
I'm gonna have to think a little bit for the gold one. I know it's somewhere in my memory banks. I just have to
Oh, you got this. I have faith. So
all that glitters. That's what he says.
All that glitters. I think at this point, Sudrakon just doesn't really have a choice but to like this is the point in the game. All right, so we were talking about roping before, right? We were talking about roping, and I mentioned how it does have a place, you know, here and there as far as not giving your opponent information. You don't want them to think that you only have certain cards in your hand. But at this point in the game, I think it's a little asinine, personally, to be taking this long to take turns because they both see each other's deck lists, and there actually is, like, pretty much no way for Sudrakon to win. Especially with Sudrakon knowing what's in his hand, he knows, okay, I can't trigger the Riptides. I know he has a leveled Ezreal on the field. Like, I should just play my hand like I know I have to play it and just pass. And yeah, they're still taking a while.
I feel like this is just more of a situation of Sudrakon just coming to terms with what's happening right now.
Yeah, I will say, it's never easy. when
Wait,
you
this
realize
attack
you
is
lost.
actually a terrible idea for GdayMaverick.
Yeah, wait, why is he doing this?
He's not going to get punished at all. But if one of those cards in Sudrakon's hand was a parlay,
Yeah, what the fuck? That's actually very, very surprising that he did that. And I don't think we've seen any parlays played.
No, we haven't.
Oh my god. He's Sudrakon is probably, because he keeps like mousing over stuff. I think he's thinking the same thing. He's like, what is this dude doing? He is crazy.
Yeah, but there is no parlay here. There is no punish. There is no war in Bossing Say. I don't know what's gonna happen here for Sudrakon. He's kind of in trouble.
I think GdayMaverick, I think he's trying to troll again, right? So I think he heard me say that there's no way that Sudrakon could be in this game. So he decided to open attack to give him the chance to parlay. I think that's what's going on here.
He's really taking this damage. In what world do you take this 2 damage?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think, like, just as I was saying, it just makes sense to play out your hand. They're making plays that make literally no sense.
I love that name for Dragonling in Portuguese, dude. Dragonito.
Oh god. All right, so this is the last ditch effort, and here come the spells, and that is going to be the victory, pretty much. If it's not, then I don't know. I'll go run around my neighborhood naked. I'm pretty sure it's game.
Neighbors are in for a treat.
Yeah, right? Thankfully, I live kind of in the middle of nowhere, so it's not that big of a deal.
This is what I live for, man. This burst speed, you can't even say no.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. Karma Ez, you're a good deck, man.
Yeah, I think people like playing it. I think it's a decent deck. Yeah, GG indeed, Jixienormous. I gotta say, you know that one. So, all right, so I have done some research.
What have you researched?
I have researched that Pewee is playing Winding God.
Oh, nice.
So I vote we hop into that game.
I think we should do that.
All
so
right.
I got a question for you, SJW. I see what looks to be a Keyblade in the back of your room. Is that what that is?
Oh, you see correctly. you see correctly. It's actually, I got that at Comic-Con, actually. We were just talking about Comic-Con earlier. I got that at Comic-Con.
Which Keyblade is that one?
The Halloween one.
The Halloween one. Okay.
Yeah, I actually have to, so it's all metal. So the little lantern that hangs off on the end, it actually broke off. So I have to get a new chain to put it back on. So, but that is going to be hung up on the wall soon. So that's the goal.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about how this room's coming out so far. So we'll get there. All right, guys, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys learned a thing or two maybe from these guys duking it out in the top 16. As always, thank you very, very much to Kuma as well as Team Liquid for putting this Duels of Runeterra stuff together. Cannot wait to cast the next tournament as well. So, as always, everybody, stay healthy, stay positive. I hope shit just works for you, and peace out.